Hello, beautiful people out there. This is the Blitram Expedition TV. We are here with another episode. Now, the Blitram Expedition TV is sponsored by Blitram Haircut Studio and Blitram Clothing. Now, if you're looking for the best place to have your haircut done, look, don't check and don't look anywhere. Just go straight to Blitram Haircut Studio. Just go on their pages, you can find all their details, where to find them, their locations, contact details, and just call them for your haircut. Also look out for Blitram Clothing. It's coming out soon. Just also go and check out their pages and ask and look and order. Do your order quickly as possible. Today we are going to have a very wonderful discussions with Blessed Cash and Loan. I mean the CEO, the gorgeous, the elegant, the wonderful, the beautiful lady, Pretty. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm good, how are you?
You're looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very elegant.
Thank you.
Beautiful and hey.
Thank you.
What is making you look so beautiful like this?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're looking very beautiful.
Thanks.
They say that when a person has money, money makes him or her beautiful. Is that what is making you beautiful?
I don't have money.
You don't have money?
No, I don't have
But
my bank account is 0.
But you're giving out money. How do you do that? You don't have money, but you're giving out money.
It's money for the business, but personally I don't have money.
Personally, you don't have money.
Personally I'm broke.
So who is Pretty?
Pretty is sweet, wonderful person. Yeah, I'm one of the owners of Blessed Cash Loan.
One of the owners?
Yeah, we are two.
Okay.
Yeah, we are two. So I'm not the only one. I'm also I call it a shareholder.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we are two in the business. Yeah.
So we want to know who Pretty is. Aside personal you, I want to know personal you, and then we'll come to your business and all of that. So can you tell me a little bit about who Pretty is, where she's from, I mean, her family, her love life, and all of that?
Pretty is a mother of two beautiful kids. I have a boy and a daughter. I'm from Bushbuck Ridge by birth, but I now reside at Kapokweni. That's where I bought my small Nyana house there. I'm living with my kids. So yeah, Pretty is not a person who like has much that I can just talk about, but yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Where do you go to church?
At Gilgal.
Gilgal?
Yeah, here in town.
Where is it?
It's there by Ed Petroleum Street, yeah. Just by Basco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you married? Are you in a relationship? Are you...
No, I'm not married and I'm not in a relationship currently. Things are just...
You are very...
Relationship-wise, they're just sour, so right now I'm just single.
But you're too beautiful to be... I mean, you're also a shareholder, a businesswoman like you, and you're single, you're not married. Why?
Let me say that, you know, times are tough now. And when you have grown mentally to know what you want and how you want your life to be, and like when you've set like goals for yourself from where you are to where you're going, you need to know how to you need to know the kind of people that you should invite in your life. So it's not everyone who will come and say, because men are coming. I'm not saying they're not coming. Men are coming, they are proposing, but I don't think that they are what I want, because you know these days it's all about sex.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sex.
What do you want?
I want stability. Yeah, I want a person who knows what they want, and I want someone who is already in that state to say he has arrived and this is what he wants, like a person who has goals and visions.
So are you looking for perfection in a man?
I'm not looking for perfection. Nobody is perfect. So I'm either not perfect.
Why do you want a man to arrive before you know that no, this man has arrived for me?
I don't want a man to arrive before I know that he has arrived. But a person, like when we talk now, let's say that I meet somebody and he talks to me. Obviously, the way he talks, it's just going to tell me everything about the person. I don't need to date the person or go deeper with him before I know him. What he's going to say to me when we meet for the first time, or even maybe our second date, is going to tell me that this one just came to chow and pass.
Why are you not with the father of the kids?
Life happened. life happened. I won't lie, it's a painful story, which I don't like talking about it much, because what happened, yeah, really changed me. I can also say that what happened lastly now with my baby girl is what made me to shape up to be the person that I am, because it has made me to see life in another way. To say, would say, you need to be wise as a person. You don't need every man who comes into your life, because when they come, they give you kids, they go. See, now I'm a single mother. I'm raising those kids by myself, and it's not easy. And they're nowhere to be found. And I will not blame them, because I had a choice, and I chose that. But that's why I'm saying that now I'm wiser, and I know what I want. So I've been single for a long time now, and I'm not regretting it.
So your 2 kids, are they the same father?
No, they're not.
Why?
Okay, the first one, I got him when I was still at school. Things didn't work out with the father. I came to Nelspruit. I stayed for like 4 years and about. I met Papa Zoe, my little girl. We were together. And when I was pregnant, when I found out that I was pregnant, something was happening in that picture in the whole. But the moment I found out that I was pregnant, I told him, we decided that it's better to abort the baby, because I didn't want a baby at that time. I have to be honest. I was still like trying to figure out myself, and having a child with a man that I was no longer with, it was sort of a challenge for me to have another one. And you know, when you're with a person, you can see, there's no future here. We're just dating, you understand? So when I found him, like when I found out that now I'm pregnant, I told him, then we decided to abort. He gave me the money, I'm not lying. I went to look for the person to help me abort the baby. I found one woman here. I went in, I paid the money. I went inside the abortion room.
Okay.
I went inside. That process of abortion, I was ready for it, I won't lie, because I was I was engaged to somebody else when I was pregnant. Don't go there. Let me finish this one. So apparently that alone was a challenge for me.
Okay.
So the moment that I found out I'm pregnant, then I went to that lady. We went inside the room. I removed my clothes because she wanted to do this other there are 2 types of abortions that they have. There's a pill, and there's the one that they do Hoover with, something like that. So they call it what? I even forgot the name. So they wanted to do that because they said it's faster.
Okay.
And I'll just leave like nothing happened.
Okay.
That night I was Googling about it. I knew how the baby was going to be aborted. It's traumatizing, but I was ready for that. But when I went there, I think the mistake that the lady made was to put me in a scan where they check the child, like the child, how they are going to put so that they can remove the position of the child. I saw those little limbs, like those little legs, like moving, you understand? Okay. Then I asked her, is that the baby? Because I didn't think that the baby was already like formed, you understand? When I saw those little legs, I just changed, I stood up from the bed. I changed my mind. I told her that I'm not going on with the abortion. And then she said, I'm not going to refund you. I said, it's okay. In that process, I started bleeding small. So I left there. She didn't refund me. I didn't care now, because I've already seen this beautiful thing inside of me, and I was ready to keep it regardless. You understand? Then I left to go to a GP. Then they checked. They realized that there were 2. One is already...
So you had twins?
Yeah, they were twins. The other one was already dead.
So was it a boy or was it a girl?
Both of them, they were identical. They were in one sack.
So they were girls?
They were girls, yeah. Yeah, it was a traumatizing, yeah. So that's when I decided that I'm making decisions now. Whoever will be in my life will accept me the way that I am, and whoever doesn't want to be will just leave me. So I told the one that I was engaged with. Yeah, from there things happened.
Wow. All right, beautiful people, we are having a very lovely discussion about the CEO, the shareholder, one of the shareholders of Blessed Cash and Loans. Please like, subscribe, follow us, give us your comments, your views, your ideas on our pages. We'll be gladly welcome to hear your point of view, your ideas, where you want us to go, which direction you would love us to take. Please follow us and share. Pretty. So, what happened to the father of the baby when the baby was born?
After I decided to keep the baby, I called him. I told him I want to meet with him. I told him that I can't go on with the abortion anymore. And then he just kept quiet. He looked at me. He didn't respond. He just gave me a huge like, you understand? So he left. That night I slept. The following day, I started bleeding, heavily bleeding. I was in the house trying to wash dishes, then I started bleeding.
You're bleeding?
Yeah. My brother, they were calling it, it was supposed to be a miscarriage, but I don't know how my baby survived, Zano. The other one, I think the other one was the one causing all this because she was already dead, you understand?
Oh, so wait, the other one that was already dead was still in the womb?
Yeah, they don't remove.
They don't remove it?
Because they're in one sack. If they remove that one, that other one is going to. Yeah, so they decided to leave. They said it's not going to cause any harm.
Okay.
Yeah, it usually happens, but it's not something that it happens.
Too severe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I went to the hospital, I told him that I'm in the hospital. He never even checked up on me.
And I came to the hospital to check on you? Nothing.
Man, it was tough.
What did you do to him?
Nothing. I just told him that I'm keeping the baby.
Because you told me you are keeping the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been so hurt and so stressed like that in my entire life. That was the hardest moment, hardest time that I could ever be.
So how was the feeling like when he was like, I mean, he wasn't there for you as a mother?
That was the hardest. That was the hardest. You know, now I'm thinking I'm alone. And there's this man who wanted to marry me, and now I've disappointed him. Because I won't lie, the guy was willing to take me with the pregnancy. But I didn't feel right. I felt like I needed to give birth so that I can know what I want. And I felt like I'm giving him something because I knew that he loved me. But I felt like I'm giving him a big, responsibility to carry on his shoulders.
That is not even his responsibility.
Yeah, so I wanted to give birth first so that I can make sound decisions, because at that time I was vulnerable. I was going to take anything that comes. You know, being pregnant without anybody, and for the second time, it was hard. So being in the hospital, Trump,
it was hard.
Man, I was there for 3 days.
So wait, when you were with the gentleman that got you pregnant, you were seeing another guy who wanted to marry you.
Yes.
So why didn't you choose the one who wanted to marry you? Okay, that's what you said. You didn't want to give him a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah, no. I was about to choose the one who
wanted to
marry me. Actually, I had already chosen him.
Okay.
Because I told you before that I didn't see a future with this one. So I told this one that I can't continue with him. But I didn't know that I was already pregnant when I accepted the ring of this one. Otherwise, I wasn't going to accept it. I accepted while I was pregnant, not knowing that I'm pregnant. So when I found out that I'm pregnant, I told him that I'm pregnant because I'm too honest. That's what I know about myself. When things like this happen, I can't force someone like, let's live together so that I can give you a child that is not yours.
Yeah.
I want a person to make his own decisions soundly, knowing that I'm getting myself into this. It was not easy for me to even break the news to him, but I had to. Man, it was, it was not easy.
So when you were in the hospital, you called him, you're like in the hospital. What exactly did he do? Did he show you any support? Was he there taking care of you?
No.
What did he do?
The father?
The father of your baby?
He just called maybe once, and I usually was the one calling because I felt like I needed someone to talk to and someone to support me. But he never, that's where I saw his distance. That's where I saw him like...
It's far from you.
Far, very far. And that's when I started to accept.
So what was going through your mind?
I wanted to kill myself. I have to be honest.
You wanted to commit suicide?
I wanted to kill myself because now I'm thinking, I'm in a church, I'm a Christian, I'm in the choir, and everybody believes in me. And that time I was one of the leaders of the youth, you understand? Okay. Everybody believes in me. All that was just too much for me, that how do I appear into these people, telling them that this is the life to live, but now I am coming with the same thing that I'm telling them not to do.
That means that literally you are preaching what you're not.
Yes,
you're
what I'm not
doing.
living. You
Yes.
understand? It was tough for me. You understand? It was Trump. That was the hardest time of my life.
So how was the people around you? I mean, family, church, friends. How were they receiving you since you had another baby with a different person, a different guy, precisely?
I didn't want to come out to tell them, but I think my pastor perceived it. One way or the other, he came to my workplace. He's been calling me, and sometimes he'll call me outside the office. I won't pick up his calls. I'll see him, because now my stomach wasn't showing yet, but I knew what I'm carrying, and I felt like he's gonna see, because he's also a prophet. You understand?
Yeah.
So one day he was passing. Then I saw him pass, and I saw him come back, and he stood by it, and he was calling me. Then I felt bad. I called back, and then I went outside, and he said he wanted to see me. I went there. I even stopped going to church for some time. I stopped.
That was your pastor looking for you
Yes.
to talk to you?
Yes.
He came to even your workplace?
Yes.
How many times?
I don't know how many times, but that time he came, I think that is when he really wanted to know what was
He was
happening.
consistently
Yes.
calling, wanted to see you?
Yes, because he's been calling me. I haven't been picking up the calls.
You have been ignoring his
now
calls?
I was ignoring
On
him.
purpose?
On purpose, yes.
Because?
I was scared. How do I tell the man who has been motivating me to live a good life? How do I come to him now and tell him that I'm pregnant? Yet he knows that somebody has already proposed to me.
Because you felt disappointed? Or you were disappointed inside you?
I was disappointed, and I
you
also
disappointed
felt...
him?
I disappointed him, and I disappointed
Yourself.
myself. It was tough, but when he came, I decided to go and see him. I was honest with him. I told him everything. He was very disappointed. But one thing that he did, and the wife, is something that I never expected, even from... I never expected it. They loved me. They embraced me. He even went forth to tell everybody that he doesn't want to hear anyone talking about that issue.
Really?
Because if maybe people were talking bad about me, I'm telling you, it was going to put me in another state where I was already in a bad state.
You can have some mental problems.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like go crazy or what?
Yeah. For bad, like, you mean?
Like go crazy or?
Maybe I was going to go crazy. Yeah, I was going to go crazy. But I remember the first day I went back to church after a long time.
So after how many months were you
I think I stayed a month, because when I went back to church, it was already showing maybe 2 months.
Okay.
So when they embraced me and they told me that I have to be free, I have to start coming to church, I shouldn't run away to God, but I should run towards God in my problems. The first day I went to church, I still remember it. I felt like a hole can just open and enter inside, because I was so ashamed. And you know, every
with disappointment.
I was ashamed and disappointed. So the moment I enter, I was used that when I enter, I go straight to the choir. But now I have to enter and sit at the back and watch.
Follow protocols.
I have to follow. I have to just sit there.
Because now you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
You disappointed everybody.
Everyone.
People are looking at you. People are following you. People love you. You're very blunt in church. All right, wonderful people. We're having a very deep inside conversations. These conversations, I never knew there are things, I'm very, very, very happy I'm getting this insight. And this goes to people out there. If you have a vision, you have a life to live, please focus on your life and push on and achieve your dreams. This episode is sponsored by Billy Trump Haircut Studio and Billy Trump Clothing. So my dear, when did you establish Blessed Cash and Loans?
Blessed Cash and Loan has been established when... It's not long.
It's not long.
It's not long, because I was working somewhere before here. I'm still emotional about what we were talking about. Yeah,
I'll come back there.
No, I don't.
I don't want you to cry.
Yeah, I'm already emotional about that, because
see.
it has taken me
It's
back
taken you back.
yeah. But Blessed Cash and Loan has been established not long, because I was working in another company, which I think I've worked for 7 years, but I wasn't that happy. But I never knew that I can be here today. I have to be honest, I never knew. I saw my life working the rest of my life. I saw my life like being there for the rest of my life. I never saw this coming. I never saw it coming.
How often do you pray?
I pray every day. I pray every day. Even though I don't like, but I do pray every day.
You believe in your prayers?
I do.
Do you have faith?
A lot of it.
So would you say faith is what has brought you here?
Faith and consistent, because faith alone it cannot work. If you just like have faith, you just sit there with faith. You need to have faith and work towards what you want.
So you work towards this vision that you're in now. So tell me, what goes on in Blessed Cash Alone?
We give out loans. We borrow people money. If you need a loan, like instant cash, from 300 to 10,000, but for the first time, it's from 300 to 3,000. We don't exceed that so that we can try and build a relationship with, the client.
Oh, so how do you give out what are the procedures to follow if somebody wants to give him or her a loan? What are the procedures?
The procedure, you need to bring a 3-month bank statement, payslip, ID, and your bank card.
Okay.
So we need those to process the loan. If a person doesn't have an ID, they bring their passport. So we also take people from other countries as long as they are like legally here and they have permits, they are working.
Okay.
Because I don't just give out to people who are not working, we give to people who are working.
Okay. So what are the things to look at when a person wants a loan from you?
The things that we look at when somebody wants a loan is if they don't have too much credit on their statements. Because if a person has got a lot of credits, you can't borrow them.
Okay.
So a person needs to have a good credit record for us to be able to give them a loan. They need to qualify, because a person cannot just walk in here with what they have and you just give them a loan. We check if the person qualifies for that loan and how much. A person can come here and say, I need 10,000, but the statement is going to tell me if I give you 1,000 rand or I give you 10,000.
So the statement of that person qualifies the person
Yes.
to have that amount of 1,000 rand, or
Yes.
10,000 rand. The
Yes.
person qualifies based on their statement.
Yes.
So that means that not anyone can just come and say, I want a loan.
No. People come, but some of them get declined. It's not everybody.
It's not everybody.
Yeah.
But, so you give international and local.
Yes.
I mean, what I mean is South Africans and outsiders.
Yes,
so how
as
do you
well.
deal with people who are coming from outsiders though?
If their passport is legal, is still what is this? It's still until their expiry date. It's not expired, and they've got a permit to say that they are working somewhere. A permit is something that gives you, like, to say you are permitted to work in South Africa, and you have a job and a pay slip.
Yeah.
That we give the person.
Or do you give the person?
Yeah.
So after you've given a person a loan, is there a duration of when the person should pay?
Yeah, it's a 1 month duration.
1 month duration.
Yeah, but what we do now is that after the person has paid maybe for quite a while and is our loyal client, and maybe they need something bigger, we give them and we talk about how we're going to deduct it so that the person can also breathe, you understand, and they'll be able to do bigger things with the money that, because a once-off loan it's just a money that you do something for now. But let's say that a person wants a bigger amount. For us not to be able to lose the person, we need to understand their situation and help them accordingly. But it's not everyone that we're going to do that for.
So you mean that you don't give a bigger loan for bigger project. You give a once-off or instant
cash
for something
urgently.
Not for opening shop, opening something to pay your own debt.
No, we are not yet there yet.
You're not yet there yet.
Yes,
you're still growing to that extent.
So
tell me, if you've given somebody that 1 month duration and the person was not able to hit that target of payment, what do you do to such people?
The person didn't pay.
Yes.
We talk to the person, we find out what was the reason. Because in everything that happens, there's always a reason.
Okay.
You might find that someone didn't pay because maybe they lost their mother, they used all the money for that, or they borrowed money from work, they had to deduct it. Some of them, they went to Bomashonis, things like that. You need to understand what your client is going through and try to help them also. As much as you want your money, but you also help them. So if a person didn't pay, I talk to the person, I understand what's okay. These are the reasons they didn't pay. Then we talk about, okay, let's get the money this way, this way, this way.
All right, this is the BlitzTrump Expedition TV, and we are having a very lovely conversation about Blessed Cash and Loans. Blessed Cash and Loans is the place to look at if you're looking for instant money, not the money to build a shop, a project, to build houses, whatsoever, but they give you money to solve your instant problem, your emergency problem. Also, this episode is sponsored by BlitzTrump Clothing and BlitzTrump Haircut Studio. Please like and follow us on our social media platform. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the BlitzTrump Expedition TV. We are having a very nice conversations with Blessed Cash and Loans. Now we want to know where we can find Blessed Cash and Loans, so it will help others out there to locate them on their social media platform, be it telephone numbers or whatsoever it is. So, Pretty, how can we find Blessed Cash and Loan, and where is it located?
It's located in Nelspruit, CBD, just opposite Greenwood Richards. It's Orion Building, office number 120B, just after police station and court. So we are noted on Instagram and other social media, which we are going to create very soon. Right now we are just using our numbers for WhatsApp and have an email address for the company. So that's what we're using now.
Okay, so can you give us the email address?
Yeah, it's blesscashloanservices@gmail.com,
And the telephone numbers?
079-149-1796. That one you can use it even for WhatsApp. And 073-744-8685. It also has WhatsApp.
Okay, can you mention the numbers again?
079-149-1796. 073-744-8685.
All right, people, please like and follow us on our social media platform at BlitzTrump Expedition TV. We really want to say we are very honored for you to have us in your office. You have a very nice, beautiful office.
Thank you.
What is this one thing that you have to say to people out there who are looking for instant money? Look into the camera.
You don't have to look anywhere else. This is the place to be, and you don't take time here. It's just 10 minutes tops. You are done. You go back to work. So don't look anywhere else. Please contact us. We are here to help you, and we only charge 30%. So that is the cheapest you can get around town.
Catch us on our next episode.